Hi, seventh graders. This is Mrs. Sedlacek. Today I'm going to guide you through this assignment on conflict in the giver. You should have viewed the conflict slides or maybe even the screencast for the conflict lesson prior to this, and you can use that information on here if you would like. So we have conflict in the giver, struggles within and without for chapters 10 through 12. We have some information here at the top to give you a little overview. All fiction has conflict at its root. Conflict is the clash between opposing forces. Conflict may be either internal or external. When characters struggle against some force within themselves, the conflict is internal. Examples of internal conflicts include overcoming a fear or resolving a moral problem. If the force against which characters struggle is outside themselves, the conflict would be external. External conflicts may be with other people, nature, fate, or deities, or society. All right, so again, this is a little overview, but you did learn that same information within the lesson. All right, so now your directions are, each of the following statements summarizes a conflict in chapters 1 through 12 from the giver. Identify the two people or forces involved, then label the conflict as internal, external, or both. Be ready to give evidence for your responses. In some cases, more than one conflict might be present. However, you are asked to identify only one. So it's to study the example before you begin. So example, Lily feels angry with visiting sevens because they don't follow the rules in the play area. Now, the people or forces in conflict would be Lily versus visiting sevens, and the type of conflict would be external. All right, so here I'm going to read through the conflict statements, and then I will pause for a moment to give you a chance to figure out the people or forces in conflict here in the second column. So you're going to have to put who versus who, or what versus what, right? And then if it's internal or external in the third column. So number 1, children younger than 9 are not allowed to ride bicycles, but their older brothers and sisters secretly teach them to ride. So first, again, you're going to type what are the people or forces in conflict here. And then you're going to come over here and type what type of conflict that would be, if it would be internal or external. Okay, again, if you need extra time, you can pause this video and come back and hit play again. Number 2, Lily's mother objects when Lily says she wants to be a birth mother. So again, what are the people or forces in nature here? And then is it internal or external conflict in the third column? Number 3, the speaker reminds male 11s that objects are not to be removed from the recreation area. So go ahead and type your people or forces in conflict and then what type of conflict it would be. Number 4, Jonas takes the pill his mother gives him, but tries to recall the feelings in his dream. So people or forces in conflict, what type of conflict? Number 5, The other nurturers are talking about releasing Gabriel, but Jonas's father wants to reclassify him as uncertain. So go ahead and type in your answers. Number 6, Asher is disciplined with a wand for saying smack instead of snack. Type your answers in. Number 7, as the community chants his name, Jonas feels both pride and fear. Go ahead and type in your answers. Number 8, Jonas declares that the community should not have gone to sameness. All right, type in your answers. Right now, down here below, we have the one step further. Says, now you have reviewed conflicts in the novel up to this point. Use this information to predict what conflicts will become important later in the novel. List 3 possible conflicts, identify the type, and explain why you think that each conflict will occur. So we have an example. People or forces in conflict here. Jonas versus Fiona. It'd be external conflict because it's character versus character. Explanation, Jonas will not agree with Fiona's use of the discipline wand on the old. He will grow very close to the giver and will not want older community members to be treated that way. So this is a prediction that's being made. We don't know if it's going to be true or not. So you are going to come up with 3 of your own. You're going to put your people or forces in conflict here, if it would be internal or external, and then type your prediction for each one. When you're done with that, you can go ahead and click turn in on your assignment, but double check that you have all questions answered first.